The elderly, and we've been talking about this, are especially vulnerable to this coronavirus outbreak, and that has left so many senior citizens afraid to go out into crowded public spaces, even if it's just to buy essentials, say the grocery store. Professional runner Rebecca Mehra witnessed that firsthand this week, and she tweeted this about her trip to the store. As I was walking in, I heard a woman yell to me from her car. I walked over and found an elderly woman and her husband. She cracked her window open a bit more and explained to me nearly in tears that they were afraid to go in the store, afraid to get sick as they are in their 80s and hear that the novel coronavirus is affecting older people disproportionately and that they don't have family around to help them out. Through the crack in the window, she handed me a $100 bill and a grocery list and asked if I would be willing to buy her groceries. Well, this story went viral. It was shared nearly 90,000 times in just 2 days. And this is Rebecca Mehra who wrote that post. Rebecca, it's just amazing because I think you're going to inspire a lot of people with this to think about how they can help. But just take us through this moment and how this played out and what went through your mind as you learned this.
Yeah, it was just a normal day at the grocery store. And as I was walking into the grocery, I hear from, the corner of my eye, I see a woman kind of waving out of her car and saying, hey, you. So I walked on over and I was so surprised. She, said to me that she was afraid to go in the grocery store. And I said, what's the problem? She said, well, I'm afraid, the first case of coronavirus in Bend just happened yesterday, and I'm nervous to go in the store. My husband and I are worried because it's disproportionately affecting older people. Would you be willing to buy my groceries for me? And without a thought, she cracked the window open a little bit more and handed me a $100 bill and a grocery list. And without thinking, I took it and walked in the store and bought the groceries and walked on out and gave it to her. And I wasn't even sure I was going to share the story. I told my boyfriend about it, and he said, "Oh, you absolutely have to." And I've just I've been so impressed by the response because I wasn't expecting it, but also I think this is such a trying time for so many people, particularly elderly folks. So I was glad it can help, and I was glad it can inspire tons of other people to do the same.
What do you want people to take away from this? What do you want them to think about what they can do, Rebecca?
Yeah, look out for your neighbors. Look out for the other folks in your community. It's a difficult time. People are really scared. There's a lot of nerves. I see it in schools and, grocery stores and other places around the community that I live in. But kindness helps. And be kind to your neighbor. And if someone is having a hard time or someone can't get basic essentials, reach out to them. You never know the kind of impact you're able to have.
Yeah, well, you've had a tremendous impact, Rebecca Mehra, and we really appreciate you talking to us today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. It's an absolute honor.